Okay, I believe I told you guys that I was not going to be good at keeping up with the numbers. Yeah, okay. I want to make sure I had the sound on. I believe this is the 5th quest in the Hildebrand quest line. See, things seem to be moving pretty quickly for this to only be the 5th, but whatever. Given to us by Ellie again, as was the previous quest. This time we are still in the Golden Bazaar instead of Ul'dah. Level 50. Which is strange because it said it... Yeah, whatever, doesn't matter. It's called The Science of Deduction. Here we go. Perchance you are curious about the duelist's declared target. It so happens I have identified the weapon in question. The treaty blade is part of an Ishgardian noble's collection, or was, I should say. No, it has not yet been stolen. It has been purchased by an Ul'dah collector, the wife of a wealthy merchant living in Vesper Bay. Suffice it to say, I would be remiss in my duties as a reporter were I to not investigate her. Sorry. And should the duelist strike whilst I am present, well, I hope I needn't explain what a golden opportunity that would be. Ingratiating myself to her may prove to be the greatest challenge, though. I'm told she's a difficult woman to please. Fortunately, I am also told that she has a fondness for rare flowers, the sort Tutusi in Camp Drybone sells. You can come along if you'd like. I probably could be using a different voice for her. Again, just like with Hildebrand, I don't think it fits her. She's like a crack reporter, see? That'd be better for her, but a female crack reporter, see? That was kind of fun, but I don't know. Anyway, Hildebrand would talk more like this. Nope, that's bad. I was trying to go for Patrick Warburton, and it turned out to be still British and not good. Not even good British, even. So, yeah. Anyway, back at Camp Drybone, we have a Lalafell named Tutusi, and we'll continue by talking to maybe a cutscene. Him. Sorry, just want to make sure. I think him. I don't know. Here you are, miss. Thank you for your patronage. Him and Ellie make an exchange. Was it for love or money that you? Was it for love or money that you killed him? Says a random voice I don't know yet. Tutusi panics. There's a disconcerted damsel. It was you? Flustered fellow says, have you gone mad? That was an Amalja arrow in his back. I don't even know how to shoot a bow. A curt gentleman in a blue tunic and brown, what's called brown pants and blue boots. Amalja don't shoot fleeing unarmed merchants. They capture and temper them. Not that you or your victim make for convincing merchants. If you're going to misrepresent yourself, put some effort into it. Wear gloves, for God's sakes. That shouldn't be double plural, but whatever. Or at least don't wave your hands in front of my face. We haven't seen his face fully yet. He's got white gloves, gray hair, down to his shoulders. The calluses on your fingers betray you as a veteran archer. Doubtless you used your skills to great effect 5 years ago, as did your partner. So again, I ask, was it because he took from you your share, or your sister? You don't touch a man's kin. He knew that, and yet he... Before saying that, the flustered fellow, who has been accused by this blue-garbed fellow, fell to his knees during that accusation, and now he seems to be admitting it's true. Damn, I thought he did it for the money. You two, he's all yours. He says to the guards, stupefied sentries behind this man. Yes, of course. Thank you for your help, Inspector. For the help, Inspector. And the inspector, curt gentleman guy, walks off, out of scene. At least he's competent, but when did investigating crimes become such a popular profession? Says Ellie. It's not his job, you know. He just likes doing it. He belongs to one of Ishgard's high houses. Some say he's a baron, says Tutusi. Not at all like that buffoon Hildebrand, don't you think? I try not to think about Hildebrand, says Ellie. We should get going. Lady Durilda will not take kindly to wilted flowers. Cutscene ends with her walking out of it. We will go... We're going to teleport to Horizon. Wait, no, I have a ticket. I have 2 more tickets left for Vesper Bay. Make use of it. Save 320 gold. Gil. Sorry. Forgot which game I was playing. Although, like, just... Why do you have to make up... Well... Has it been called Gil the entire Final Fantasy line? I have not played... I played a little... Whatever, it doesn't matter. I've mostly played 7 through... Sorry, not 7 through... Well, yeah, 7 through 14. I didn't play 12. I think I played 13 a little bit on my PC. Because I bought it on Steam. Didn't like it enough to continue playing it. Is that the one with the guy with the bird in his hair? I think that's 13. Anyway, there's Darilda in this building that we've walked into. She is a, you know, maybe like early 20s blonde human female. Has a red cap thingy on. Whatever. Turban? I don't know what they're called. Whatever. We're gonna talk to her to continue the quest. Again, as I told the last 20 who came before, if you have come looking for work, you are too late. And even if I were in need of additional security, I would not deign to hire a common adventurer. Now remove yourself from my sight before I have you removed. We hand over a... It's called an Althic Lavender. And we have a cutscene. Did you really think I could be so easily manipulated? Present the right gift, speak the magic words, and you would earn my respect? What is more, a flower's beauty is fleeting. I value beauty which transcends the boundaries of time. Everlasting, enduring, unchanging. Like mine. Now get out. She is cute. Forgive us, Lady Darilda. We meant no disrespect. We were afraid that you would not heed our warnings otherwise. A notorious violent thief is plotting to steal the treaty blade. That was both Ellie. You fools, I shall come to claim the collector's blade. Yes, I read the Mithril Eye. I know full well of whom you speak, and it is none of your concern. I have a legion of guards at my disposal. Should he try, I will have him seized, or worse. And even if by some miracle he should succeed, he will not escape my wrath, for I have retained the services of a certain gentleman. Oh gosh. Ah, but you may see for yourself. Like every piece in my collection, he has been chosen with the utmost care. Now look on my peerless inspector, interlopers, and despair. Ah, the cutscene goes black as we all look at the door. We're still looking at the door, and it opens. Melinda's high smile, very big smile. Ships that pass in the night, a signal shown in the darkness. We see one bicep of Hildebrand. We see the chest and the rose. The lady cries out for a guardian, and a gentleman must needs oblige. We see the wagging tail of Nashu also, and then they're both in frame. I swear to you, here and now, I, Hildebrand, agent of enquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall neither slumber nor sleep until the fiend who covets the treaty blade is brought to justice. He gives a smile with a gleaming teeth. My lady, what brings you here? Are you come in pursuit of the duelist as well, or perchance in pursuit of me? He says to me. Darilda says, as if I would spend a single gil on an insufferable, incompetent... And then another voice rant that I don't know yet. To be fair, you are not spending a single gil on me. It is the gray-haired or silver-haired, blue-coated Inspector Elven gentleman guy. He slowly walks into the room. The chance to investigate such an intriguing case is payment enough. Preemptive declarations of criminal intent are hardly in vogue. He looks around at the crew here. Sorry I'm late. I'm busy solving a murder. Briardian, consulting inspector, at your service, my lady. He gives a little bow while pushing his glasses up onto his up his nose. Briardian. Bravo R-I-A-R Delta I-E Nancy. Briardian. I'm gonna go with Briardian. That makes way more sense to my mind, at least. Apparently she had not hired Hildebrand. Hildebrand is looking like back and forth between the two of them, distraught. Conniving inspector. Consulting inspector. The screen flashed over to Briardian, glaring at Hildebrand with that. Rotting flesh and saltpeter. Hildebrand of Manderville and Nashu Makaraka, I presume, says Briardian. Two rank amateurs playing at a profession of which they know not. Call me when you've finished with these wastrels. And he turns and walks away. A young blonde girl is outside as he's walking away. I don't know what purpose she serves in this yet. You see, I do not want nor need your help. Briardian is more than capable of overseeing the transfer. Now get out, all of you, says Dorilda. Hildebrand is shocked. The blonde girl walks in. Where have you been, Maria, and where is my vase? Maria looks up. There was this strange flying thing, and the vase, I dropped it in the water. I was so... That vase once belonged to the royal house of Thorn. Do you have any idea how much it was worth? You will go back outside right now and search for my vase, and you are not to return until you find it. Do I make myself clear? Says Dorinda. Dorinda? Sorry, I didn't... Whatever. Maria... Hildebrand jumps in front. My lady, pray allow me to go to go in the girl's stead. It is not safe, for she herself spoke of a ferocious wild beast. Maria looks up to him, and he does a strange pose. With my unmatched investigative skills, I shall swiftly locate and recover the missing vase, thereby earning your respect. At which point you will gladly grant me permission to investigate the thieving duelist. Verily, it is a plan fiendishly clever in its intricacies. He's still posing. Not when spoken aloud, says Ellie. He gives a shocked pose, as if his pose was ruined, and the blonde woman walks off after shaking her head now. Miss Maria, would you be so kind as to tell me exactly what happened? He's kneeling in front of Maria, the girl. He gives a weird smile, like a very open-mouthed. I picked up the vase in Uldal, like Mother said, and I was on my way home. I was crossing the bridge, and then the flying thing came. I got scared, so I ran. When I stopped, it was gone, but so was the vase. I think I dropped it in Nafika's wells. I want to go and look, but there were scary-looking things down there. I'm scared to go alone. He stands. You are no longer alone, Miss Maria. We shall go together and look for the vase. All 5 of us. Nashu's happy. I nod. He nods. Ellie says, all 4 of you? I'm going after Inspector Briardian. If the duelist strikes, I mean to be there. But Miss Ellie, how can you ignore the plight of a young girl for the sake of a story? Because that's my job, you imbecile. Well, we shall not be derelict in our duty to justice. Come, Nashu, we must away. And they go running. You don't even know what the bloody vase looks like, says Ellie as they leave. She walks up to Maria with a smile on her face. Maria, dear, listen, if it gets dangerous or if you feel afraid, you run to this adventurer for help, understand? She nods. And Maria leaves the building. Cutscene ends. Didn't have to cutscene me off. So I guess Maria is Dorilda's daughter. And we will fly. Wow, very zoomed in on my Chocobo butt. Chocobo butt. We will fly southeast. Pretty much directly southeast. Over area that you really can't land on, isn't actually part of the zone, but once they gave flying, they had to make this stuff at least fly overable. Already come, oh yeah, well, we'll start in the south. There's 3 spots to investigate. There's a flamboyant oaf. Wait, should I have started up higher? Because this is the guy from the cutscene where he defeated a knight. Okay, flamboyant oaf in the river stream. A pox upon that thieving demon bird. He shall rue the day he crossed paths with me. Huh? A vase? I know not of what you... Gah! Curse this infernal refuse underfoot. Every point is a dagger. There's something in the water at the man's feet. I don't get the... Was I supposed to start to the north? Are you kidding me? Whoops, and at the bottom of this, there's like this wooden stairway that goes like, what's it called? Switchbacking up to the top of this ravine. But here at the bottom we have Senman. A vase, well, anything that falls in the water is like to be swept downstream fairly quickly. Does this have anything to do with that queer winged beast I saw earlier? No? Never mind then. See, I was supposed to start at the top here. That's dumb. It's fine. But it's dumb. But it's fine. No, it's not fine. They should have had the first two things be like up here somewhere, and then the third one should appear down there, so you start where they want you to start. Anyway, on top of the ravine, like, you know, looking down from a cliff, we have a resting merchant next to his chocobo. That girl what run by earlier? Aye, I seen her. Had something in her hands, but dropped it while crossing the bridge. Didn't get a good look, but I reckon it don't matter any road. Whatever it was, it's long gone by now. Yeah, we gotta go all the way back to that red-garbed dude. Stupid. No, this was a bad way to make this part of the quest work. You make these things pop up one at a time, if the intent is to direct me eventually to the down here. Stupid. Dumb way to do it. Dumb programming. Dumb writing. Whatever. We're back at the flamboyant oaf dressed in red who resembles very clearly, at least in my mind, the guy from the cutscene who cut down the knight. Curious object next, like near his feet, in the water, we're inspecting. Interacting, whatever. We have a cutscene. Hildebrand, Nashu, and Maria join us. Do I spy the treasured vase of Lady Dorilda over... Oh dear. It is... shattered? I can't really tell under the water. Does this belong to you, child? Forgive me, I was so engrossed in my search that I did not notice. Your search for what, pray tell? The demon bird that absconded with my weapon. I set it down for but a moment, only to see it next in the talons of that accursed creature. I gave chase, following it to these waters, and in my haste I must have stepped upon your vase. Don't fret, Maria. I know it looks bad, but I'm sure Inspector Hildebrand will think of something, says Nashu. And we all look at him. He's giving a pose. Oh, but I already have, my faithful assistant. Hearken to me now, for as the rising sun doth dispel the dark, so shall my solution resolve our dilemma. He gets out of his pose. But first, we must gather as many fragments of the vase as we can find. Nods from the two women, well, the woman and the girl. I start picking up precious potsherd. I would think it'd be potshard, but that's not how it's spelled. Wow, this is a long interaction. Thanks. Fun doing this and waiting. Good programming. Certainly love taking our time. And 4 of 4 here. And back to Hildebrand to complete the quest. Come to present your findings, have you? Splendid. Let's have a look. We hand over 4 precious potsherds. Well done, my friend. This should be more than sufficient for our needs. He has performed miracles with far less, after all. Who the he's talking about, we will find in the next quest. The science of deduction is complete. This video is complete. I will see you soon for the next one. My voice is close to going, but I think I have at least one more video in me. Bye-bye for now.